Hello, Jace. Welcome in, everybody. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another reaction stream. It is Monday. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. Thanks so much for joining me today. I hope you had a wonderful Monday as well. We got 7, count them, 7 amazing videos to watch and react to tonight and learn a bit more about. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be fun. Very different topics in each video. So it's going to, be one of those typical Todd Reacts roller coasters of emotions, but I think we've all grown accustomed to it. If you're new here and you would like to request a video on stream, go ahead and join at toddreacts.com. You can join the season or series tiers. You can literally lead the content of the show, which is awesome. Is this a show? I don't know what this is. This thing, this stream, you can literally lead the content of it. Which is amazing. First we laugh, then we cry. Indeed, that is very true. And then we cry, and then we laugh, and then we cry, and then we laugh, and then we cry, and then we laugh. So go ahead and join up today. You can request videos and guide the stream, as I said. And while you're there, I don't know why I put a southern accent on that. While you're there, you can go ahead and check out the summer collection of merch, which is available right now. What does the summer collection mean? Well, it means it's lighter weight clothing, crop tops as you see, athletic shorts, tank tops, polo, which I'm currently wearing, jersey, leggings, a bunch of nice tees, very lightweight. It'll let you breathe. Amazing stuff. I designed it all myself. It is shipping worldwide. Members of the website save 15% on every order as well. Check out the accessories. There's a bunch of new ones. Literally, this entire top row is new, including the insulated tumbler, which you will see me drink out of about a bazillion times this stream, as I try not to go hoarse in my voice. The water bottle, as you see right here, I literally take this thing to work every day. It's fantastic. I fill it up with a little water fountain or whatever. It's great. Doesn't spill. It's got a nice little locking, I don't know what you would call that. For YouTube's sake, I won't say what it's called, but you know what I mean. It's got a nice little straw inside there, as you can see, so you don't have to, swish it around to try to get the last drop. It's very handy. Very, very handy. So go ahead and check those out today. I just wore the hat, literally, today. Yes, and I am using the desk mat. I can't somehow point down to it, but just believe me, it's been there for a while. The travel mug, I actually keep in the office just to get coffee if I ever need it. I don't usually drink coffee, but on the rare occasion where I need it, I need it. So it's actually, I just keep it there just in case. Go ahead and subscribe to the Todd Reacts YouTube channel. If you're watching on Twitch, follow the Twitch channel. As you see, wait, where is it? Up here. As you see up here, we are very close to 100 follows on Twitch, which is super cool. If you want to check us out live, the live recording of this, and just hang out in the chat, more than welcome to. Yes, we just crossed, I think we're close to 12 and a half 1,000 subscribers, which is super cool. Go ahead and join today. If you're on Twitch and you had no idea this is YouTube related, well, now you know. All the VODs, I guess is what they're called, all the stream recordings, I guess, live on YouTube. And before then, it was individual videos for every single video. And I think I did like 2 videos a day for over a year at one point. Like there was no amount of time I wasn't recording or editing a video for at least over a year, which is just wild to think back on. But yeah, there's over 1,000 videos on there, so go ahead and check it out. Obviously, that amount is going to slow as we do more videos per video, and they're just longer. And as always, down below in the YouTube description, timestamps are available. So if you want to check out a specific one, or maybe you want to hop around real quick, you can do so. Always check the description. And go ahead and check out the Todd Reacts Plays channel. We are currently playing Hogwarts Legacy. It's the first time I've ever played it. I think it's really fun. I think it's interesting. Didn't do a gaming stream last week. We will be returning to that this week. Definitely can't be Saturday because I'm actually going to a concert on Saturday. It's going to be very fun, very interesting. But yeah, go ahead and join that today. I don't know why I brought that up, but it's a bunch of links. And let's see, where is it? Where is it? It always takes a second because it's a totally different area. But go ahead and join the Discord. We have, I think, 117 members, if I'm not mistaken. And as you can see at the top there, it actually tells you that we are live, and it gives you a link to the Twitch channel, which is super handy. As well as when I'm gaming, it'll have a little link there as well, which is super cool. 117 members, as Jace just confirmed. Awesome, awesome stuff. So go ahead and join today. It's where I am going to post pretty much Peach. It's where I'm going to post pretty much any updates if a stream gets canceled or delayed. Like I posted today, a little delayed today, but I posted we were going to start soon. And what's up, Will? How's it going? How's it going? Welcome back. Introduce yourself if you so choose. Obviously, we're going to have, if you're a fan of the gaming streams, that's where the votes happen. It actually happens on Discord. So join the Discord if you'd like to vote on what games I play next. And we can check out together. Tons of great little communities in here as well. We got a Bridgerton. We got a IBL series. We got Doctor Who, 911, Young Royals, The Rookie, Arrowverse, Umbrella Academy. Just a ton, Zenunu, everything. It is fantastic. Lots of nice people. Excellent community. I've enjoyed it thoroughly. Everybody's been really awesome. Yeah, it has been a thing of its own. It's one of those things where I just kind of started and then it kind of took off. And it is what you make it. So you want to request a channel, maybe you're really into something, just go up here to the request a channel, and you can, if you're really into, I don't know what, power tools. If you're really into power tools, you can request that and post all about it, you know? I don't know. I tried to come up with a really obscure topic. But anyway, we have a bunch of fun ones too. If you're into gaming, go ahead and post in there. Maybe you're excited for a game coming out. Maybe you want to do a little review for a game that you're currently playing. Whatever you'd like to do. Pet pictures is amazing. Adventures. Are you going on vacation or holiday or something? Let us know. Hey, maybe more of us will want to go there someday. Food pictures are always interesting. What are you eating? What are you making? What are you baking? You know, recipes are awesome. And Happy and Wholesome's also a fun one. If you're into any hobbies, movie reviews, what movies you want to see. Did you go to the theater? How was your experience? The Olympics are currently going on in Paris. So go ahead and check out the Olympics channel as well. If you're into the Olympics, go ahead and post videos and reviews and whatever you want. The current medal count would be awesome, actually. So go ahead and keep up to date with that. And yeah, let's go ahead. I haven't even said what the videos are. Okay, the videos today, as you probably saw in the title if you're watching, or if you're viewing at a later date, we're going to start with Hunter x Hunter. Then we're going to go to Arrow, Revenge of Others, Charmed, Spartacus, Vamp the series, and The Lovely Runner. It's going to be quite the amalgamation of videos. Lots of genres, lots of interesting things. I hope you had a good weekend. I think I'll talk about it for just a brief second here. I went to the car dealership, which is always, oh gosh, how do I put this in a nice, friendly way? How do I put that in a nice, friendly way? It is a nightmare every time. It is an absolute nightmare. Yes, it is like a double stream. We have 7 videos today. Just to try to clear out July before August hits. Although we are on August 1st on Thursday stream, we're still going to do six videos. So it's 1 extra, I guess. But we should be done with July, August 1st. It's a bumper edition indeed. So I went to the car dealership. It was, well, it went how it usually goes. It is a marathon race, not a sprint. It takes hours. Oh gosh. I don't know if I've ever gone to a dealership and not spent at least 5 hours, if not more. I want to say I was there for probably 6 hours, 6.5, somewhere around there. Like it was all day. Lots of back and forth, of course. It's one of the few things in the US where we actually haggle over. I know it's totally common practice in a lot of parts of the world, but in the US, we typically don't haggle. It's almost like, the listed price is the listed price. But car buying is very much the haggle. I think it probably is everywhere, honestly. They give you a number, and you come back with your number, and then they come back with a slightly lower number than their first number, and then you go, oh, come on, man. This is not, no. Why would I pay that? Why would I pay? Oh, gosh, it is such a song and dance. I absolutely abhor it. I hate it. It's awful. It is a drag on your being. But I do have this pro tip. If you're ever doing it, I know it probably makes you look like a jerk to the dealer, but then again, you're the customer. You're trying to, save some money. You don't want to get ripped off. So what I like to do is I like to contact 2 dealerships, at least 2, and go to one and then start texting the other one. And when you get an offer from the one that you're at, you take a picture of the offer sheet and then you send it to the other dealer, and then they try to beat it. It has worked back-to-back times. It's fantastic. I literally took $30 a month off the payment just by doing that. Not bad. That was after I already took like over $100 off just from my first move. Just getting their first number and then countering with mine. But it is amazing. And it was literally like a bidding war at that point. Obviously, the dealer that I was at was literally looking at me, watching me do this. Little awkward, little uncomfortable. Actually, very awkward, very uncomfortable. But if you can deal with that and just kind of, block them out, block that person out, don't feel it, because they're looking at you. I didn't look at them. I just kept my head in the phone. But yeah, they gave a number which was much lower than the first one after I countered, and then I texted that offer to the other one. They came back with $10 off a month from the one that I was currently at. And then the one that I was currently at said, all right, we'll beat it by $5 a month or something like that. I texted the guy on the phone, hey, they're doing this now. And the guy on the phone came back with one that was, I think, $20 less a month. And I was like, whoa, swing for the fences. So then I showed that guy that was in front of me the new number, and he was just like, just speechless, right? So I was able to get him down another $10 a month. And at that point, I at that point, I had gotten the car for $30 less a month than I was going to originally, just because I was texting the other car dealership. And I was just like, all right, that's enough. We don't need to go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Like, a certain point, the other one said final offer. So I was like, all right, that's the end of it. So how far can I get the one I'm currently at down to that number? Because the car that I was looking at, so they were similar, but one had like a moonroof and then one didn't. So I was just like arguing over that, basically. So I was like, all right, if I can get close to that other number, I'm actually getting it at a discount. So I got it within $5 a month from the phone offer, and I said, good to go. So there's a little pro tip. If you want to try to haggle them down and make it easier on yourself so you're not just going back and forth, just, you know, have them fight over each other. It's like The Bachelor in a way, you know? You have people fighting over your attention. Yeah, so that's what I do. It's awkward. It is so awkward. And it turns into a bidding war, but it's a bidding war in your favor, right? So, little pro tip there. I'm so glad I don't have to do that for a couple years. Thank heavens. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump into the first video before I go off on that anymore. But yeah, that was my weekend. Ugh, I don't like that experience. It's awkward. It's terrible. You're signing away money. I don't like doing that. But let's go ahead and jump into this first video. Hopefully that was educational. That's a little insight into how I bargain. HunterxHunter, this one is called More HunterxHunter with no context, and it is a dub, so it'll be in English. Let's go ahead and go.
Did you just blow a fuse?
To be honest with you, I'm pretty shy.
You might die out there! You'll be all...
Meanie! Baldy!
You're not eating?
Advance carefully, but swiftly.
That aroma.
Hi, it's... I'm all charged up.
Huh? Huh?
What are you looking at?
Nothing.
Yeah, I'm an idiot!
My name is not Reyna, alright? So stop it!
Knock it off! Let me go, damn it!
Can you give me your liver, please?
What? Well, you don't have to get so mad. It's not like I'm gonna grill you and eat you.
I'm just a Class A political criminal now. You're annoying!
I didn't realize there was language going to be in this, but it kind of makes sense after I see the little Adult Swim logo. This is a bit more adult than most anime,
I really
I
was
guess.
just about to kill you.
It's absolutely critical that you drink beer constantly and pee as much as possible.
Ooh, that knife of yours
Solid
is
advice.
dangerous.
Bet I can open it up with this. There.
I'm so beat.
Let me introduce myself! My name is SolyOrion!
What are you thinking about?
You're still odd.
What are you
as
thinking
always.
about?
Go eat in the dining hall with the others.
I don't know what kind of character that is, but I love it.
I can move both hands, and my left leg too. That's nice.
Yeah,
I can't
exactly.
use Nen anymore. Ow!
Yes, hello?
Did you do that on purpose?
Of course not.
Just don't die until you're dead.
You feel me?
Solid advice.
Bingo. Tsubone was my spy.
She's not as young as she.
Because of me, I turned into a little girl!
How unusual. Seems this poor man's arms have turned into flower petals.
Gone!
You're dead, monkey.
I'd like to see you try, dumbass.
I won't have you nibbled before your time.
Spiders. What is this?
Where?
My grandmother.
Girly girl. Huh? What was that, you bastards? Say that again and you're dead!
You're the one who's lying, you liar.
Forget the wanking part.
Ah!
It's a trap.
Die, you asshole!
Oh my. What? That was not, as Jace was saying, that was not what I expected at all from that. That was very language heavy, which I don't mind, obviously being an adult, but wow. I was not expecting that. I like the art style. I like, obviously there's not a lot of context there. Obviously, it's the whole point of the video, but it seems interesting. It's very much what I've liked in the other animes. High action, lots of emotion, good art style, but it has that interesting little quirk where it's like more adult themed, I guess. Maybe it's more relatable that way. Not exactly sure, but that is fascinating. That is very fascinating. Well, it's a kids show since the main characters are kids. Also, the fifth main character is literally, oh, yo. Well, that's something. That's something. Good grief. Oh my gosh. I don't even know what to say to that. That's really interesting. Ay, ay, ay. Japanese manga series written and illustrated. So, since March 1998, really? Frequently gone on extended hiatuses since 2006. Chapters have been collected, 37 volumes. Story focuses on a young boy named Gonfrex, I have no idea, who discovers that his father, who left him at a young age, is actually a world-renowned hunter, a licensed professional who specializes licensed professional who specializes in fantastical pursuits, such as locating rare or unidentified animal species, treasure hunting, surveying unexplored enclaves, or hunting down lawless individuals. Gon departs on a journey to become a hunter and eventually finds his father. That's cool. Along the way, Gon meets various other hunters and encounters the paranormal. 62 episode television series, 99 and 2001. Licensed in the US. Second series broadcast on Adult Swim's Toonami. I used to watch a little bit of Adult Swim, but not much. I don't know, it just didn't really interest me too much. But I do know of quite a few of the shows that are on there. Aqua Teen Hunger Force is one of them. Hunter x Hunter has been a huge critical and financial success and become one of the best-selling manga series of all time, having over 84 million copies in circulation by July 2022. I wonder where it lists on this. Obviously, One Piece is number 1. Dragon Ball, Naruto. All right, we're looking for 84. Probably right here. That's not bad. That is pretty high on that list. That is very high on that list. Ahsoka, the person who enjoys, in a gross way, younger folk. That's kind of a weird way to say that, but I'm trying to weave around YouTube. Is actually... What? Oh. He's attracted to people who fight. That is so odd. What? Oh my gosh. That is an interesting wrinkle, is what I'll say, I guess. Hunters are licensed elite members of humanity who are capable of tracking down secret treasures, rare beasts, or even other individuals, and can also access locations that regulars cannot. How dare they call us regulars? There's nothing regular about us. To obtain a license, one must pass the rigorous annual hunter examination run by the Hunter Association, which has a success rate of less than 1 in 100,000. Oof. A hunter may be awarded up to 3 stars, a single star for making remarkable achievements. They may then be upgraded to 2 stars for holding an official position and mentoring another hunter to a single star level. Finally, upgraded to 3 stars for remarkable achievements in multiple fields. We're rather irregular, actually. Yes, exactly. We are anything but regular. Nen is the ability to control one's own life, energy, or aura, which is constantly emitted from them, knowingly or not. There are 4 basic Nen techniques. 10 maintains the aura. What's up, Audrey? 10 maintains the aura in the body, strengthening it for defense. Zetsu shuts the aura flow off, useful for concealing one's presence and relieving fatigue. Ren enables the user to produce more Nen, and Hatsu is a person's specific use of Nen. Nen users are classified into 6 types based on their Hatsu abilities. Enhancers strengthen and reinforce their natural physical abilities. Emitters project aura out of their bodies. Manipulators control objects or living things. Transmuters change the type of properties of their aura. Conjurers create objects out of their aura. And specialists have unique abilities that do not fall into the previous categories. An end user can enter into a contract where, by pledging to follow certain limitations, their abilities are strengthened in relation to how strict they are. An example of this is Kurapika, who... I don't know why I said that like Pikachu. Will this be on the test? Indeed. This is a whole science on its own. Yeah, as I was reading that, I'm like, one ear, other. Just whoosh. In order to have an unbreakable chain that will fully restrain members on the Phantom troop, offered his life should he use it on any other than its... What? Should use it on anyone other than its members. Okay. That is a lot of information jam-packed into just a couple breaths. Story follows a young boy who was told all his life that both his parents were dead. Okay. That's terrible. But when he learns from Kite, an apprentice of his father, Ging, that he is still alive and has since become an accomplished hunter, Gon leaves his home on Whale Island to take the hunter examination in order to become a hunter like him. During the exam, Gon meets and befriends 3 of the other applicants. Kurapika, the last remaining member of the Kurta clan, who wishes to become a hunter in order to avenge his clan and recover their scarlet glowing eyes that were plucked from their corpses by a band of thieves known as the Phantom Troop. Leorio. It's probably Leorio. I was like sounding it out. Leorio, a prospective physician who, in order to pay for medical school, desires the financial benefits that hunters receive. Well, that's an interesting reason to become a hunter. And Kahlua, always a tasty drink. Another 12-year-old boy who has left his former life as a member of the world's most notorious assassin family. Interesting. Among many other examinees, Gon continuously encounters Hisoka, a mysterious and deadly transmuter who takes an interest in him. After many trials together, Gon and his friends end up passing the exam, except for Kahlua, who fails after killing another applicant due to the influence of his brother, Illuminati, and runs away to his family's estate in shame. Obviously, I'm not going to be reading the entire plot. HunterxHunter challenged the entire anime industry to grow up with it. 10 years after its premiere, is still one of the most important and influential anime shows around. Been watching anime my entire life. My older sister ensured that Sailor Moon was an early favorite, and I spent many late nights binging all kinds of show when I was a teenager. One that impacted me the most is Madhouse Studio adaptation manga series HunterxHunter. Admittedly, many shows I indulged in when I was younger don't hold up to in retrospect. Make it a little bigger, easier to read. Hunter x Hunter, though, is truly a cornerstone for the shonen genre. Its anime is dynamic and riveting. Its cast thoroughly entertaining, and its score is some of the best music in anime. But where Hunter x Hunter truly becomes transcendent is in its writing. In the singular way it develops its intricate themes. More than another run-through on the hero's journey, Hunter x Hunter treats the idea of growing up with deftness and complexity, so much so that the first time I watched it, it didn't just challenge its heroes to confront a world that's messy and dangerous, but nevertheless worth exploring. It challenged me to do so too. Whether it's exploring something simple, like moving away from your childhood home, always a good thing to do. Always a good thing to do. I will say that to the day I die. That was one of the greatest things I did. It really forces you to become independent if you're able to. And I guess you can do it if you're not able to in little ways, right? Little ways. Whether it's exploring something simple like moving away from your childhood home or weightier subjects like working through a traumatic and abusive childhood. Wow. Hunter x Hunter is a masterpiece of storytelling. One whose impact is still felt in popular shonen today. If it's still somewhere on your watch list, it's worth making it a priority. Is Hunter x Hunter 2011 is stunningly animated as it streamlines, the heft of Togashi's story and lore into an engaging narrative that builds on itself without sacrificing character development or emotional stakes. Quote, the expansive world building matches the growth of its protagonist. First arc or chapter is deceptively simple. Gon meets his best friend and two other companions. They band together to endure the difficult hunter exam to acquire their hunter licenses. It's a breezy romp with fast-paced action that maintains a light tone. In its first episodes, though, Hunter x Hunter reveals a darker world hiding beneath its brightly colored exterior. From Kalua's cold-blooded murder of an opponent using only his fingernails to Gon's vicious, self-mutilating sacrifice to secure a hunter license, the hunter exam arc lays the groundwork for an increasingly dark tone the rest of the series will settle into. That's interesting. Rather than shock the audience with a big twist or catastrophe, there we go, that completely redirects the story's aesthetics and focus, Hunter x Hunter subtly builds in its foreboding tension until at least the series fully transforms. Gon's straightforward quest to find his father bleeds into gang conflicts, violent revenge quests, and even an alien invasion. Yet as you sit through the whole story, none of this ever feels as though it's brought in out of nowhere. Interesting. Expansive world building matches the growth of its protagonist, as we read before. He's lived his whole life on an island. As his world expands, so do the conflicts and secrets. That's interesting. I like that. I like the fact that it kind of matches the tone of it. Brave new world, going out there, checking new things out. More craziness happens. That's kind of nice. Starts slow, intimate. You learn the characters and everything, and then it just gets crazy. That very much reminds me of Lord of the Rings. You know, you have the little Shire. Everything's so simple. They're just eating and drinking and second breakfast and all that stuff. And then you get outside of the Shire and everything just goes to hell real quick. The world becomes less black and white. Gon's story is no longer a simple question of defeating a villain or stopping a bad thing from happening, leaving binary morality tales behind. Hunter x Hunter seeks to ask deeper questions, often choosing to leave the viewer with the pieces to construct their own answers rather than provide them outright. That's interesting. Gon is confronted with characters and events that not only force him to question the juvenile black and white worldview he holds at the story's start, they completely upend it. Supposed villains reveal humanity and depth. Conflicts aren't always solved by shows of strength or bloody battles, but with careful conversations. Well, that's good. That's very good, actually. The fact that it's not just battle. Like boss battle. Very much linear video game speak. Where you're just like, all right, mission, boss. Mission, boss. Mission, boss. Mission, boss. You're not so much doing that. You're actually trying to, I don't know, get your way out of a situation just by maybe stroking an ego, maybe persuasiveness, you know, oh, I can be a help to you and then you can help me kind of thing. I'm assuming that's what it's like, as opposed to just fight, like Street Fighter. But yeah, that's interesting. That seems like a wonderful anime. Other than the aforementioned Hisoka, yeah, I don't know what happens in that situation, but that seems really odd. But obviously, that's one of the dark parts, I'm assuming. The dark morality. Let's see. Gon's self-harming behavior not only puts his own self in jeopardy, but causes immense harm to those he holds dear. I'm trying to find if there's anything to do with... What's his face? Hisoka. I don't see anything in there. I don't even know if I want to go anywhere near that, though. For YouTube's sake, let's not talk about it. But yeah, that was very interesting. Great video. Obviously out of context for a reason, which made it funny. Definitely more adult than I had thought, especially with news about Hisoka. That is wild. Wild. That is way darker than I thought anime ever got. So maybe the author couldn't put a positive spin on that character. Maybe. I'm assuming so. Hopefully. Good grief. All right. Let's move on before I say something bad about it or God knows what we read. Hisoka isn't the main villain. So just kind of one of those weird presences where you're just like, ugh. Like, this guy, can this guy go away? Just one of those odd characters that, why is he placed there? Not sure. Just to kind of provide that weird conflict, I guess. But the next video is Oliver Queen, the Green Arrow, obviously from the show Arrow. Reacted to quite a few Oliver videos. Should be fascinating. Let's go ahead. Do I have that pulled up right? I don't know. Okay. I think I do now.
The name of the island they found me on is Lianyu. It's Mandarin for purgatory.
20% of his body's covered in scar tissue. Second-degree burns on his back and arms. X-rays show at least 12 fractures that have been properly healed.
Oliver Queen is alive. The Starling City resident was found by fishermen in the North China Sea 5 days ago. 5 years after he was missing and presumed dead following the accident at sea, which claimed the Queen's Gambit.
I've been stranded here for 5 years. I've dreamt of my rescue every cold black night since then. For 5 years, I've had only one thought, one goal: survive.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay, Oliver.
Survive and one day return home.
You're home.
The city still needs saving. The island held many dangers. To live, I had to make myself more than what I was. To forge myself into a weapon.
Not by the hood.
Not by some
vigilante who's just crossing names off the list. There's something more.
No one can stop what's about to come. Not even the vigilante.
You are fighting a war, Queen. Except you have no idea what war does to you. How it scrapes off little pieces of your soul. And you need someone to remind you of who you are. Not this thing you're becoming.
I am returning. Not the boy who was shipwrecked, but the man who will bring justice to those who have poisoned my city. My name is Oliver Queen.
For a long time, arrest on suspicion of obstruction of justice, acting as a vigilante. I hated Oliver Queen.
Are you out of your mind?
I interrogated him. I hunted him, persecuted him. I've never been more wrong in my life.
We're getting somewhere. 11 years old when I killed my first man.
What is the point of this?
I remember the look on
I didn't
his
know
face.
he was actually arrested or indicted.
The light went out behind
That's
his eyes.
interesting.
Such a subtle change. Almost imperceptible. Between life and death.
Confess, Oliver. You don't kill because you have to, so why? Why do you do it?
Because I wanted to.
What?
felt ashamed. I'd stolen from that man the most precious gift of all, life. But I also felt something else. Pride.
These soldiers don't carry bamboo, they have guns! So what am I supposed
One
to
thing
do
I've
with
definitely
a
noticed-
gun in my face, huh? Threaten him with my stick?
Because I had taken up arms against someone who sought to do ill.
One thing I've definitely noticed is that as I make my way through a series, I almost forget a lot of what happened in the earlier part, other than the main plot points. Just kind of an odd, memory thing, I guess, but I lose a lot of what happened in the earlier seasons and just remember the big twists or whatever. I only ever saw seasons 1 and 2.
Against my family. I realized what I had done was necessary. See, I had replaced evil with death.
The list was just an excuse. The hood, the disguise, just an excuse. The idea that all this is some heroic crusade is just an excuse. Excuse for what? Huh? Tell me! You tell me! Oliver!
So tell me, are you ready to die?
You've taken your last life.
You have lived your last day.
I wanted to! And I liked it!
What are you not telling me? I've seen your future, Oliver. Inexorable and unavoidable. I have watched you die.
Why are you still doing what he asks?
Because if I'm wrong...
These were 5 years!
5 years! If I'm wrong, then all of this is for nothing. Where nothing good happened. Kill me.
No!
Choose me, please!
Are you okay?
Hey.
I will say, all that I've seen, very good acting. Very good acting. Very believable, not over the top.
Thank you.
Swear to God, I am gonna kill you! No!
I killed Billy. The monitor can't fix it. He is not here to help. All of these things that I've sacrificed, and all the things that so many other people have already sacrificed, should have been for nothing.
Open your eyes, Sonny!
Close your eyes, baby!
No!
I didn't know it was Billy. I couldn't have known that it was him. I need my family to live.
Survive.
No!
That was unbelievable to witness.
It's over for me. Then my sacrifice.
Your death 11:59.
My death. Or protect the people I love.
There is no giving up to these guys. No crying or buying your way out of it.
You have two choices. Escape. Die.
So choose.
Escape.
And let me show you how not to die.
You have failed this city.
Has the planet been evacuated yet? Not entirely. Then it's not time.
You wouldn't have survived, much less come out the other end as
I was just thinking he looks so different. I'm like, is that? I couldn't remember Rick's, but I was just like, is that the dude from Spartacus?
I know you like I know my own name. And I realize it may sound crazy in light of your secret, but I know who you are in your bones, Oliver. And that person doesn't give up. That person, he always finds a way. You honor the dead by fighting, and you are not done fighting.
I know I called you a murderer, but you are not. You are a hero.
Every fight, every punch you throw, every kick
I gotta say,
you
that
landed,
rise
every
from
arrow you fired,
party
all
boy
led you
to
here to this moment.
vigilante is quite the
My
journey.
name is Oliver Queen. After 5 years in hell, I returned home with only one goal: to save my city. For 8 years, I've fought alongside brave men and women striving for justice. But then, a crisis came, and I had to become someone else. I had to become something else. I made the ultimate sacrifice, which helped birth an entirely new universe. Now my friends and family will have to go on without me. And although I have become a specter, there is a part of me that will always be the Green Arrow.
A specter?
The Oliver that I met 8 years ago is not the one that we say goodbye to today. Oliver always told me that in order to save his city, he had to become someone else. He had to become something else.
A grateful nation thanks you, Mr. Queen. May you finally find rest in the hereafter.
What a beautiful edit.
Oliver Queen wasn't just a hero. He was a good man.
R.I.P. Oliver. R.I.P. Amazing edit. Link down below in the YouTube description for the original video. Go throw it some much deserved love. That was incredible. If there's one thing I will say about that series that I've kind of witnessed through all these edits and some of the reactions to the actual show, is that it seems like one of the best television adaptations of a superhero show that I've probably ever witnessed. And I haven't even seen all of it. Just the tone from a couple episodes I've reacted to, the edits have been amazing. It seems like they really put the time and effort into putting that together, making it not cheesy or, very basically coming off as made for TV, which is basically another word for saying crap. They made it good. They made it very good. Which Marvel did take and picked up that ball and started running with it with the Iron Fist show and Luke Cage, and the Punisher show was fantastic on Netflix. But obviously those all came after Green Arrow. When researching for you, can't remember if I gave you the article to you about how Arrow saved CW. Yeah, oh, absolutely. CW... I think Smallville started on CW. I can't remember if it was WB or CW at that point, but it was doing fine for a while there. It had obviously Smallville, and I think it started WB, and then they name changed or whatever. But obviously they had Smallville and a couple other shows, but yeah, Green Arrow or Arrow itself definitely helped save CW. Like, the ratings alone were pretty amazing. CW was about to shutter the doors. The producers told them if Arrow tanks, the channel's over. Yeah, that's not surprising, because by that point, cable had expanded. We had more channels. Internet had blown up for sure. And it's more difficult to get eyeballs at this point. So you really have to have a good product to get a decent number of people to tune in. I'm trying to remember what I just read. Numbers for. I think it was last week. I was looking at the numbers and it said like 34 million viewers. I'm like, could you imagine? Could you imagine if shows were getting that nowadays? Oh my gosh. Daredevil was amazing. Indeed it was. Indeed it was. I loved every episode of Daredevil. Oh my gosh. And I'm willing to... I don't think it really beats the Thomas Jane Punisher, but John Bernthal's Punisher was really good. Really good. They should have kept that going for sure. That was probably the one show of the Marvel ones where I was so into, like, all of them. But Punisher one, that was unreal. Unreal. Honestly, that kept me watching Marvel. At that point, I wasn't really into anything else, and those shows kind of did it for me. Oh, last week, Gilmore Girls. Yes. I think it was... Oh, no, it was House. It was House. That's it. It was House. Oh, my gosh. The amount of viewers. Any CW show with that amount of viewers would have been astronomical. But it's just so hard to get that many people watching any one thing, unless it's like a big thing, like, I don't know, I guess the Olympics, or like a big sporting event, maybe a show ending its run after it's been on for a decade or so. But it's very hard to get that, unless you're, big on YouTube, I guess. But let's go ahead and pull up some information. I don't know exactly what a Spectre is, or what exactly Green Arrow became. Oliver into a Spectre. Obviously, you see it on the right. Let me go ahead and click on that. What the heck? Some might call me a ghost, a Spectre that's in tune with the entire multiverse. Spectres are a rare type of spirit that are in tune with the energies of the multiverse. Characteristics: humanoid. Spectre is created when a deceased individual is called to a higher purpose. Huh. After Oliver Queen was killed during the Anti-Monitor crisis, his soul was sent to Purgatory. When John Constantine, John Diggle, and Mia Smoke went there, to retrieve Oliver's soul and bring it back to his body, they were confronted by Corrigan, who told Oliver that it was his turn now, and proceeded to pass on the power of the Spectre to him, as it was his destiny. In 2023, Oliver Queen would use his powers of the Spectre to help Team Flash defend the multiverse from Bloodwork before he once again left the mortal plane. In the current version of 2049, Oliver is still the current Spectre, having summoned the League and their allies to assist XS in Impulse against Magog's team of villains. That's really interesting. Spirit physiology. Physiology. When the deceased Oliver refused to return to his body and decided to become the Spectre, Oliver was empowered with many spiritual abilities by his mentor Jim Corrigan to prepare him for the ultimate battle against the Anti-Monitor. Describing his capabilities as channeling the entire multiverse even after it was destroyed. To overcoming Mobius. Ultimately making him one of the most powerful beings in existence. Good grief. Wow. Antimatter manipulation, energy shield, interdimensional travel, bioluminescence. His eyes glow green. Precognition, retrocognition. Wow. Chronokinesis, vessel creation, levitation. Wow. These are amazing. Good grief. Superhuman strength. I mean, I would hope so, right? Resurrection. Oliver caught Barry's soul when Bloodwork killed him, taking him to Purgatory before bringing him back. That is so cool. Well, I'm glad he's not gone, and he's still able to be in the universe, which is super cool. Billionaire, former playboy. Like I said, the transition from billionaire playboy to fighting for justice. Like, that is such a wild transition. And obviously they give you a lot of flashbacks, as I saw in a couple episodes, which is cool. Kind of gives you the tour of what all happened to him and what changed him, really. So let it be known, even if you're out there causing mayhem, you can still turn it around no matter what. Oh, my dad? Yeah, he's a Spectre now. His kids have weird lives. Right. Very true. Seeing his father end himself on that little boat, little dinghy or whatever that was. Oh my gosh. That stuff was crazy. Arrowverse was DC's greatest success thanks to this one crucial decision. Season 1 proved why it could with the stories it told before there was a wider universe to round out its storytelling. Going against conventional wisdom, it was the characters who weren't superheroes that made it work. Despite originally being billed as a grounded reality-based series, all the elements that made it a success can be found in Arrow Season 1. Rather, it was how the show treated the characters while out of costume, particularly in creating an ensemble around the central hero. This dynamic was at play in Arrow Season 1, and even more impressively, was done with the original characters not based on those already found in the comics. Proved upon the formula Smallville invented. I loved Smallville. Loved. It was such a good show. I was so into it. Even though the Sam kid went to prison or whatever. I think he only made it 3 seasons. That was kind of a loss, unfortunately. But yeah, that show was beautifully cast. It was all right. It was a little hokey, a little bit, a little cheesy, but I don't know, something about it. And Michael Rosenbaum's Lex Luthor, perfect, absolutely perfect. Tom Welling, of course, as Clark Kent was fantastic. Just an all-around wonderful show. I'm sure the special effects were just awful, looking back on it. But yeah, truly an amazing show. And obviously, they still go to Comic-Cons and all that stuff. And there is a huge fan base still for Smallville. Really kind of laid the groundwork for a lot of this stuff. Before there was Arrow, there was a series based on a DC character that remixed the decades-old story fans knew. Smallville remains the definitive DC TV show because it built the framework. Arrow climbed like Oliver on that salmon ladder. Sure, the series promised no flights, no tights, and then then they went back on that promise. Just as Arrow promised no powers and introduced them in season 2. The secret to both series' success, however, was in how grounded its characters outside their superhero activities. With everyone from Lana Lang and Pete Ross. Oh yeah, Pete. Pete went to prison, unfortunately. Lex Luthor and the Almost Justice League. Smallville surrounded Clark with a found family? The foundational? I don't know what they were going for there. Family of friends and allies. Yeah, the characters were fantastic. Lionel Luthor was good too. I forget the actor's name, but it was just John Glover, I think. Something like that. Just amazing choices in casting on Smallville. While Clark's gang could trace their origins to the comics, Oliver Queen's circle of friends, family were mostly originals, which is pretty cool. Found family is a chosen family, not of blood. Oh, gotcha. I had never heard that term before. Okay. Arrow Season 1 kept the vigilante story simple. However, the storytellers left the real drama and tension for the scenes featuring characters in civilian clothes. As the Hood, one of the many monikers on Oliver's journey to being Green Arrow, he operated with near merciless efficiency, but he was terrible at being Oliver Queen. Season 1 didn't just succeed because of the superhero heroics, it made audiences care about these characters and the relationships. The inclusion of the Huntress signaled what the Arrowverse would become. While Oliver Queen's core group of friends and family were mostly original characters from the first scene of the pilot, it was clear Arrow wasn't ignoring its DC comic roots. Yet the inclusion of the Huntress set up that Arrow would, if only briefly, unite the character with other notable DC figures. Arrow was the first signed DC in the 2010s was going to be darker and grittier than it had in the past. Man of Steel hadn't yet debuted. Oh, okay. Storytellers weren't hiding that this version of Green Arrow was more akin to Batman, just without the Dark Knight's aversion to killing. Yeah, I guess that kind of came first. I absolutely love the darker and grittier DC characters, Batman, Dark Knight trilogy. I know there is a quite large contingency that does not like it. They like the more kapow, Batman with like the tights and everything. Very different concept of that. But I don't know. I really like the dark, the gritty. It feels more like, Gotham City's alive. If Batman is kind of darker and grittier and just barely a hero. It very much seems like he's more of a product of the city. I feel like there's space for both. Indeed, there is space for both. But personally, I just think it's way more realistic that Batman, Bruce Wayne, would be a little jaded based on where he grew up, obviously with the circumstances that happened to him. But yeah, there's certainly a place for both. Enjoy what you enjoy. Arrow set the tone, but the Arrowverse wasn't a one-note continuity. Oliver Queen was never quite stopped administering lethal doses of justice, but he tempered his approach. Barry Allen was introduced later that season. The future Flash brought the yang to Arrow's darker yin. Sarah Lance was resurrected from her watery grave to become the first Black Canary, and Roy Harper was given superpowers on his road to becoming the Arrow's sidekick. However, the Flash, Supergirl, Legends of Tomorrow, and eventually Batwoman all used the template Arrow's first season cut. Every element that made the Arrowverse ultimately successful was present in Arrow Season 1. They did it all on a TV budget. While James Gunn may not appreciate the Arrowverse, the new DC universe should be inspired by its example. That is a good point. I don't think it will be. James Gunn definitely prides himself on being an original and taking things from a different perspective. Whether that's going to be good or bad, I have no idea. It starts with the Superman origin story yet again. Hopefully this is a bit of a different take. I'm assuming it will be. I am kind of crushed we only got so many occurrences of Henry Cavill as Superman. I thought he was fantastic. Maybe people didn't like Man of Steel based on, the ultimate feel of it, a little grittier, that kind of thing. But I absolutely adored it. I thought it was great. It had Russell Crowe in it. Oh, it was just wonderful. And Henry Cavill is just a great Superman. It's unfortunate we didn't get more of it. It seems odd that they didn't want to follow up Man of Steel with anything. Just very odd. But just one of those things. Just one of those things. Excellent video. Link down below in the YouTube description, per usual, for every video we're watching today. Let's go ahead and jump in to the third video of the day, which is... Oh, I think I have to pull it up. It is... Revenge of Others, Mad World. There is closed captioning for this, so I'm going to switch over instead of these. All right, we're going to stream it live from YouTube, and we can do that thanks to Rocco Kitty's support. Now have YouTube Premium, no ads, so now it's possible. Let's go ahead and grab that. Okay. Well, I don't want to show all that information. I don't want to show all that. Come on now. There we go. Okay. Let me readjust it so it's not so small so we can actually see what's going on here. Okay. That should show all the subtitles. I'm not exactly sure.
방학 전에 박은석 여기서 자살한 애가 있었거든. 죽었는데요.
네? 저희 오빠는 그렇게 자살할 사람이 아니에요. 범인 잡아야 돼요. 거기 앉아서 사람이 어떻고 종결이 어떻고라고 하지 말란 말이에요. 죽은 사람이 범인 잡아요. 범인 잡으란 말이에요.
죽고 나면 정말 아무것도 없는 걸까? 뇌에 종양이 있기 때문이에요.
Whoa, big tone shift here.
그렇게 갑자기 끝나겠지. 어차피 나 축복이야.
아이씨, 여기서 개인 냄새가 나냐?
This is some wild stuff.
진짜 하기 싫어.
잘 들어 이 살인범 새끼야. 너 나 못 죽여. 아니, 나 안 죽어.
Good grief. Yeah. Definitely gritty.
원석이 너무 좋은 애였어. 사실 나 유석이랑 사귀는 사이였어.
I didn't think we were going to get as dark as Arrow, but we went way further.
나 너한테 거짓말했어. 너 누구야? 너 아니었으면 박원석 안 죽였어!
Right. What's up, Rocco Kitty? Welcome back. Welcome back. Yeah, literally just mentioned her. That is because, boy, that was really dark. Let me go ahead and do this. Wow. Link down below in the YouTube description for the original video. Go throw out some love. That was a wonderful compilation of a really dark and twisted drama. Oh my gosh. I was not expecting it to be that brutal, but Revenge of Others seems like a pretty appropriate title, if you don't ask. Good grief. Ooh. Good Lord. So intense. And a very fitting song choice. Indeed. Very much so. Wow. Let's go ahead and switch back over to the wiki. We can find out a little bit more about this. Obviously, we got a pretty good dose of what it's about. Woo! That was something. That was really something. Good grief. Revenge of Others. South Korean television series premiered on... Wait, what? Premiered on Disney Plus. Am I reading that? Premiered on Disney Plus. That is not where I thought it would be. What? Where are the teachers and parents and police? And yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh. I didn't know Disney Plus went that hard. That's incredible. Disney, are you feeling okay? I guess. Wow. Yeah, it literally has a Disney Plus logo. Whoa. All right. That's literally more hardcore than anything Disney has ever put out. Like, what? Shooting champion. Chanmi does not believe that her twin brother committed the act of ending himself, is what we'll say. Just as the police begin to wrap up the case, Chanmi transfers to her brother's school to find his killer. She meets and gets involved with Jisoo Hoon? I have no idea how to pronounce that. A boy with many adversities in his life who also seeks justice, but in a rather dangerous way. Yeah, clearly. Together, they work towards a common goal, getting revenge on perpetrators despite knowing the risk. Huh. So her twin brother committed the act of ending himself. Interesting. So they go in like a, I don't know, detective little duo, and then they get themselves in some terrible situations. Let's see. Twin sister who transferred to this high school to find his murderer, as she does not believe that he committed the act of ending himself. Student in class 3 of the high school who is suffering and in urgent need of money. He helps bullied students take revenge on their bullies by beating up the bullies and thus gets paid for it. So he's money for hire, or muscles for hire. There we go. Muscles for hire in high school. That's interesting. Student in class 4 who's the son of a wealthy family, recently woke up from a 6-month coma, making him resit the year as a senior, and has lost all his memories. That's interesting. Manipulative class president of class 4. Lost all his memories. Tries to help get his memories back. Primary antagonist of the series. Okay. Good grief. I love how I'm reading this and it's just like, oh yeah, they work towards a common goal despite knowing the risk. And then you look at the video and it's just brutal. It is way, way harder than this synopsis makes it out to be. Just unbelievable. I didn't realize Disney Plus had that much blood in their series. Like, look at the Avengers. There's barely any blood. I mean, maybe at like the end of Infinity War, you get a little blood on the face or whatever. That's how many people died in that alone. Exactly. People were catching knives and like what seemed like just murder willy-nilly. Victim of bullying and was previously in the same photography club where he SA'd her. Oh my gosh. Bully who SA'd this person when they were previously in the same photography club. Twin brother who died. Oh, this is wild. Good grief. That is really something. Maybe just not in the American part of Disney Plus. Maybe. That's actually a good point. Possibly not. Huh. That is really interesting. Let me look to see if that is... Let me do a little Google search here. It's on Hulu. That makes more sense. Disney Plus. On Disney Plus in America. M1 is on UK Disney Plus. Not as violent, but definitely very bloody. Then again, murder attempts and so on do happen here. Yeah. Oh, okay. It's probably not on the US Disney Plus. Because there's a list of a bunch of them. a bunch of K-dramas on Disney Plus that are not in the US. Yeah, that kind of makes more sense. I was like, I thought Disney Plus was like all Marvel and kids shows in the US. Who knows? I don't actually have Disney Plus, so I don't have any way of totally confirming, but yeah, what a concept. What an absolute crazy concept. That looks, I will say this, as brutal as that looks fascinating. Obviously there's a lot of drama involved and it can get very dark, but I don't know. I don't mind dark shows as long as it's somewhat entertaining, or you know, you don't know what's happening. Very well, it has to be believable, I guess. Maybe not over the top. If it's over the top and unbelievable, it just kind of pulls you out of it a little bit, and you're just like, all right, this is just crazy for crazy's sake. But as long as it's a little bit believable, and you know, these aren't, you know, too out of the realm of possibility, it kind of stays in that suspension of disbelief. But then again, kids shows can be dark too. Indeed, that is true. I only view Disney Plus at my in-laws, so not too often. Yeah. I heard they were bleeding subscribers like crazy. Maybe that's not just them, but let me look into that. I think they lost a ton. Disney Plus lost 1.3 million subscribers in the first quarter of 2023 amid a hefty price hike that went into effect last fall, but managed to narrow its streamer business losses by 300 million. Whoa. During the October-December period. Yeah, so they lost 1.3 million in final quarter of 2023. Yikes. This year, in March, they lost $18 million. An improvement from the $659 million US loss in the year earlier quarter. Oh my gosh. So it's losing money, just not $700 million much. I'm so glad that there are not too many streaming channels for animes. Yeah. There's just too many on-demand services. Back in uni, there was only Netflix and it had everything. Yeah, exactly. I heard that Netflix is actually getting rid of the cheapest subscription with ads. Or no, I think they had like a middle one. So they have like the cheap one with the ads. I think it's like $5 a month and it's ad supported. Maybe it's more than that. I have no idea is the price structure. But there was one right above that, and it was like HD quality with ads for kind of an in-between price, and they're getting rid of that just to have the high end and the low end, which probably makes more sense, honestly. You either want ads or you don't want ads. So maybe giving multiple tiers with ads is probably not the greatest idea. But then again, it's going to be quite a price jump. And yeah, I think they probably tried to go the Apple approach where it's like, you can get the iPhone 15 or the iPhone 15 Pro or the iPhone Pro Max. And it's just like all priced beautifully. So it's like, oh, if I get the Pro, why don't I get the Pro Max? Because it's only $200 more if I'm already spending $1,000. It's very much kind of like that. I'm assuming they tried to go for that model and it just didn't work. But who knows? I'm not a business mind, although I play one on YouTube. No. Let's go ahead and jump into the next video. This is this is a little weird because I'm going in between like browser and other videos. The next one is Charmed, Holding On and Letting Go. This is actually kind of poignant, timely, if you will. Some might see it in poor taste to watch a video displaying somebody's character dying in the show. I actually think it's kind of interesting. Like, it's almost like therapy for people that obviously didn't know the actress that died recently. But it was kind of a first funeral, if you will. Obviously, the family doesn't see it like that. They just know the person that's themselves, Shannon Doherty. But for those that were a fan of the show, they got kind of a head start into that grieving process. Loss of a character, obviously not the same weight as losing an actual person. But they kind of got a head start there. So it's almost like a fitting tribute, honestly. That's how I kind of see it. It is a tribute. Let's go ahead and load this. Rest in peace, Shannon Doherty.
So much has happened over the last 8 years. So much has been gained and lost. Still, in some ways, I feel like my life is really just beginning.
Is anybody out there? Is anybody
This is my calling. You have to let me help.
Does anybody really know if it's the end of the
Paige. My name is Paige. It's nice to meet you. I don't know what to say.
There's nothing to say.
Is all we're waiting for. Sometimes the one we're taking changes everyone before. It's everything you wanted, it's everything you don't. It's one door swinging open and one door swinging closed. Some prayers find an answer, some prayers never know. We're holding on and letting go.
Leo, you are the best thing that has ever happened to me. I was afraid that you were too good to be true, that maybe I didn't deserve someone so pure and beautiful.
Don't know if we'll make it, but we know
You can't keep sacrificing your lives forever, and neither can I.
it's everything you wanted, it's everything you don't. It's one door swinging open and one door swinging closed. Some prayers find an answer, some prayers never know. We're holding on, letting go.
I don't understand why. We lost our sister. How can we ever understand that?
It's everything you wanted, it's everything you don't. It's one door swinging open, one door swinging closed. Some prayers find an answer, some prayers never know. We're holding on and letting go.
Why did they put us through so much and for it to end this way?
How can it be good to be witches if all it does is get the people we love killed?
All things are possible, my dear. It's just simply a matter of being able to do them. Without being witches, they wouldn't have sisters. What about all the wonder of being witches, the stuff you introduced me to in the first place?
It's everything you wanted, it's everything you don't. It's one door swinging open and one door swinging closed. Some prayers find an answer, some prayers never.
Yeah, I saw that in the comments too.
We're holding on, letting go.
kind of terrible that the press was kind of doing that and fanning those flames and whatnot when obviously it wasn't true. I think the other actors and actresses kind of confirmed that it wasn't true.
And although we certainly had our sorrows,
And Hardys over the years, we're a family of survivors, and we will always be. Which is why we've truly been charmed.
Oh, that's sweet. That's a nice ending. That was beautiful. That was a nice little tribute to the character, not the actress, obviously, but it kind of works that way, I guess, now. Very much so. Now when I watch Matthew Perry on Friends, like compilations or whatever, I just, it just seems different. So obviously if you watch the show, probably seems a little different, a little more impact if you were a fan or whatnot, to know that Shannon's no longer here. But yeah, it's a very fitting tribute to any sort of fan of the show. Like, obviously you didn't know her personally, but you knew of her work and what she put into it, and having a death on that show just kind of, I don't know, puts a nice bow on a terrible situation. Very interesting. Link down below in the YouTube description for the original video. Go throw it some much deserved love. Very heartfelt indeed. Fans in the comments, I did read those, pointed out the untrue press gossip saying that there was a falling out and they wanted to get rid of her and all the other people didn't like her and whatnot. Apparently that was not true, which is good to know, frankly, and good to correct the record, of course. But yeah, that is truly a shame. It obviously we don't know the actors and actresses personally, so we don't have that kind of connection. The only connection we have to actors is the fact that they put out content or a show or movie or whatever that we perhaps enjoy or know of. And we just kind of feel sorry because they made an impact on our lives. I mean, even the content you're viewing on YouTube is having some sort of impact on your life. You enjoy it, watching it. You don't like it. You might be hate watching it or whatever they call it. It's having some sort of emotional impact on you, whether you notice it or not. Seeing certain people pass on just kind of always makes me go back in time to when I was watching them in a movie or a show and I enjoyed it. It was funny or it was sad or whatever. I just enjoyed whatever they were doing. And whenever I watch it from then on, it kind of has a different tone to it. But you almost cherish it a little more. You're like, well, I'm glad that person was alive to do that because I really enjoy that show or that movie or that stand-up special, whatever. Very much so, I get that feeling whenever I think of Robin Williams. Like, there's so many roles that Robin Williams played in that were just beautiful. Like, Good Will Hunting is obviously one that gets brought up a lot. Like, he wasn't the first choice to play that character, but nailed it. Nailed it. Like, that was one of the most beautiful performances and, frankly, written characters I think I've ever seen. And now when I watch it, I'm just so glad Robin Williams was alive to be in it. Obviously didn't know Robin Williams on a personal basis, but had such a profound impact on my growing up and youth, just through all those wonderful movies. And I did watch his stand-up from time to time. I wasn't a huge fan of it, mostly just the movies, frankly. And I didn't watch Mork and Mindy. That was kind of before my time. But, I mean, Patch Adams, just so many good movies come to mind. Jumanji, like, movies, looking back, you just think, well, of course it was him. Nobody else could have played that character. But in all reality, somebody else could have. It just wouldn't have been the same. So yes, I think that's very similar. If you're a fan of Charmed, you probably watch that and you're like, thank whatever Shannon Doherty was alive to play that character because it was perfect. It was a perfect character. It was great. It added to the story. whether or not the character's killed off or whatever, just kind of the perfect character for that perfect moment, whatever season she exited in. I rewatched some of the Librarians for Bob Newhart recently. Yeah. Forgot his character as a final speech about being ready to move on. It was extra moving this viewing. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's amazing how people we do not know but are in content we enjoy can impact on. It's incredible. I mean, obviously everyone remembers Bob Newhart in Elf as the Papa Elf. Just a wonderful actor. Something I learned, I was watching a retrospective on his life, is that he won a Grammy over like Frank Sinatra and a bunch of other like well-known, treasured singers. Like he won a Grammy over them for his comedy album. I was like, what? I heard that and I'm like, wait, what? You beat Frank Sinatra for a Grammy? That's crazy. But yeah, unbelievable. His first comedy album went double platinum, I think. Don't quote me on that. It was definitely multi-platinum. I forget the number, but it was at least double platinum, which is just wild. Certainly before my time, but it's still fascinating. That's bragging rights indeed. Indeed. Oh my gosh. But let's go ahead and look into a little more on that. Doherty was first diagnosed with breast cancer in 2015, but went into remission in 2018. It was in early 2020, in the midst of publicizing her fight against insurers who refused to pay out for the damage to her house in Malibu from a wildfire, that she revealed the illness had returned. It was now terminal. Gosh. And in 2023, she announced the cancer spread to her brain. Oh my gosh. Metastasized. Went from breast cancer to brain tumors. Oh my gosh. Oh, that is so rough. Survived by her mother and older brother. I'm sure they were absolutely devastated. Wow. Wow. Good grief. Boy, that's rough. That is very rough. I've known people that had cancer that went into different parts of the body, and it's a wildfire in its own right? You just can't put it out, unfortunately. Eldest sister of Piper and Phoebe, Prue, was killed by the source of all evil's personal assassin, the demon Shax. Her death led to the discovery of a long-lost half-sister, Paige, a charmed sister. Their learning of the source of all evil was targeting a prominent doctor known as Bo Griffiths in the San Francisco area. The charmed ones proceeded to San Francisco Memorial Hospital to warn the man of the attack and brought him back to Hallowell Manor in order to protect him from the attack. As the sisters and Bo entered the manor, Prue explained that she was unsure why he was being targeted and told the doctor it could be because he was about to save a life that the forces of evil didn't want him to save, or that he has saved too many lives. But just as Prue explained, she felt something was amiss, and Shax burst through the door in a windy blast and materialized before the sisters and their innocent. Shax raised his hand and sent a blast toward Dr. Griffiths, but Prue pushed the man out of the way and was blasted back through the wall, separating the foyer from the conservatory. Prue fell to the ground, wounded and bloody, as Shax threw another blast at Piper, sending her through the wall as well. Piper landed on the floor next to Prue, wounded and bloody as well, as Phoebe ran down from upstairs with the Vanquish spell from the Book of Shadows. Shax was about to blast her as well, but she completed the spell quick enough to wound Shax and send him away from the manor. Ran over to her sisters as Leo Wyatt appeared and healed the two women. Phoebe questioned why it took him so long, and he explained that it was because Prue and Piper almost died. Two women stood up, and Piper questioned what happened as Phoebe told him that the spell she cast only wounded the demon and required the full power of 3. Boy. Prue and Piper returned to the manor. We're discussing a course of action that should be taken now that magic has been exposed. Piper looked down to her chest, revealing that she had been shot as Prue dropped the Book of Shadows and extended her arms to Piper to catch her as she fell to the ground. Knowing that Piper needed medical attention immediately, Prue stumbled with Piper to her vehicle, parked in the driveway, and placed Piper in the SUV. After her death, Prue reunited with all her loved ones that passed away. Her first love, Andy, her mother, Patricia, and her grandmother, Penny, as well as the other members of the family. Prue, however, refused to move on to the afterlife because of her strong connection to her sisters. This connection began to tear her soul apart. Prue was informed about the relationship between Patty and her white lighter, Sam Wilder, and the child that resulted from their love. What's up, Morgan? Welcome, welcome. Really enjoyed Shannon Doherty and Charmed and Beverly Hills 90210. Also occasionally saw her in a few reruns of Little House on the Prairie. She was an amazing actress. Indeed. I watched a couple shows of Beverly Hills 90210. I think that was slightly before my time. I can't remember. And I was just catching reruns. But interesting show. I enjoyed what I saw of it, which wasn't much, but every once in a while I tuned in. Instead of reuniting with her sisters, fearing that the reunion could have dire consequences to the power of 3, when Piper cast a spell to call a lost witch, hoping it would turn Prue to her, Prue intervened and sent the call through the wind to Paige, knowing that she could reconstitute the Charmed Ones and carry on their sister's destiny of protecting innocence from the forces of darkness. This intervention resulted in Paige discovering a newspaper containing an obituary for Prue and the place and time that the funeral would be held, obviously so she could find the other sisters. Piper then summoned Penny, hoping for an explanation as to why the source was after Paige, and Patty appeared as well and informed Piper and Phoebe that she had an affair with her white lighter and had a fourth daughter, Paige. Interesting. Prue searched for a way to return to the physical world while residing in a secluded corner of the astral plane. Finally, she was able to achieve her goal when she discovered that a soul collector known as Charon, who she encountered 3 years prior during a battle with an evil spirit named Jackson Ward, was attempting to capture the soul of a young woman known as Patience. Prue then harnessed her energies and took over Patience's body when Patience was left comatose and brain dead, allowing the coma to break, leaving Prue in full control of the young woman's body. Now with Prue's soul in a new body, ooh, that's an interesting take. She felt an even stronger connection to Piper and Phoebe, but still refused to reunite with them, choosing to rather take up residence in Salem, Massachusetts. Oh, that's funny. Where she took ownership of a shop and performed in witch trial reenactments. Oh my gosh. Prue carried on with her new life, allowing for the connection to grow between Piper, Phoebe, and Paige, knowing that Melinda Warren foresaw a power of 3, not a power of 4, and that if she intervened, it could potentially be damaging to their collective power. Well, dang. That is incredible. Yeah, like I said, I mean, obviously no one truly knows Shannon Doherty on a personal level other than her parents and family and whatnot. But if you're a fan of the show, having that funeral is almost like a nice way to say goodbye, to the character at least, and somewhat the person as well. I mean, that is her work. She was an actress. I remember Shannon from 1986 TV series Our House when she was a child actress. Wow. That is unbelievable. I didn't know she was in that. Yeah, that's really sad. Gosh. I don't know. Obviously, I'm not a medical mind, but I don't know why cancer metastasizes and goes to different parts of the body. I guess it's just looking for a source of nutrient. But yeah, that is so sad. So incredibly sad. I didn't actually know why she died. But yeah, that is brutal. Absolutely brutal. Obviously, they did some sort of chemo treatment for the original source, but unfortunately, it came back. The bad thing about cancer is you think it's on the run, and then it just comes back tenfold, maybe in a different location. Also from the movie Girls Just Want to Have Fun. I watched her on Little House on the Prairie when I was young. What's up, Slayer Kitty? Gosh, that is really sad. Obviously, rest in peace, Shannon Doherty. Hopefully your family is doing well. As someone who just went through that, it is not a fun process or an easy process, and it attacks you in different times. Sometimes you're doing great, and you're just kind of living your life, and the next, something reminds you of them, and you lose it. It is just brutal, losing someone that you enjoy, it's in your life, and you love. Yeah, it's tough. It is absolutely tough. And, yeah, I've said it before, but it was a Billy Bob Thornton quote or something that he had with his brother. Grief is the worst and strangest thing to deal with, for sure. Indeed. It is so strange because you'll be doing just fine, and then all of a sudden you'll just lose it off of one memory, or maybe it'll just pop into your head, and all of a sudden you're just like reeling from it. And I don't think that ever goes away, really. I know people say you heal with time, but boy, I actually met Shannon at a convention a few years ago. She was lovely. That's awesome. That is really cool. I didn't know she went to conventions. That's really neat. But yeah, it was a Billy Bob Thornton quote where he's just like, you know, what did he say? He said, like, I'm happy I'm feeling pain because that's what my brother deserves. He was that important into my life. He brought so much joy into my life that I should feel pain when I think of the fact that I lost him. And I was just like, that is a take you don't usually hear. You usually hear, you know, people just say, oh, it gets better with time, and oh, you'll think of the good times in the future and all that stuff. I think it's really fascinating to kind of think of the other side of that coin, like, you know, this person was really important in my life. I am more than willing to deal with some pain and some, you know, moments of sadness, if you will. Very interesting. She did with some of the Charmed cast. Oh, that's right. I think I remember hearing about that because it was still a very large fan base show. So that kind of makes sense. I've been noticing that a lot lately. There seems to be a lot of cons or conventions going on with just a ton of actors that you would not even think would be at a convention. You're just like, oh, they're there? What? Didn't realize there was a fan base for that show. Obviously Charmed is very different. It's a huge fan base, but there's some that I'm just like, wow, okay. They make good money. Oh yeah, that's right. They charge for like photos, and some of them probably charge for signatures and stuff like that. That makes sense. Maybe they get free travel from the convention, I'm assuming. All right, Jace. Yeah, that is brutal. Brutal. There was a period of time there when Shannon died and whatnot. It just seemed like there was a bunch of people dying. I can't remember the other names. Obviously, there's a lot of them. But yeah, it seemed like there was just people going and going and going. And I was just like, what is happening? What is happening there? Like 6 people that week? Yeah, it seemed like a lot. More than most. More than, you know, usual. The next video of the day is the story of Spartacus, the bringer of rain. Now, if you've watched this channel before, you've seen some streams, you'll know I watched Spartacus. Fantastic show. The first season, yeah, Richard Simmons, Dr. Ruth. Gosh. I have such fond memories of Richard Simmons, it's unbelievable. He was a wonderful daytime talk show guest. A wonderful guest. Every public appearance was just high energy, amazing. It was like must-see TV, frankly. Whenever he was on like live with Regis and Kelly, it was just unbelievable. The energy and all the good that he did in the world was just incredible. Incredible. But yes, I do enjoy Spartacus. It was an amazing show. It was very sad that the first actor in the first season that played Spartacus actually died of cancer. I think he was sick. I don't know if he was sick while they were filming it, but I think it was shortly after. We'll have to find out. But yeah, it was so sad to lose him. And I watched a documentary based on his battle. They filmed a lot of the treatments and whatnot. And it was so sad. He had such a young family too, like young kids, young marriage, everything. Oh gosh, it was brutal to watch. But they kept on with the show for another 2 seasons, I think, and it was just a great show. It was hard losing the main actor and trying to see somebody else in the role, but yeah, it was just wonderful. You never know what hit you when he was on. Indeed. Richard Simmons was an energy not often known. Yeah, Andy. Gosh, R.I.P. Richard Simmons' energy kind of reminded me of Robin Williams. Just really high energy. You never knew which direction it was going to go. Let's go ahead and grab this Spartacus video. I think I have it here. Is this it? Yes, it is it. Now, this video is definitely going to get age restricted on YouTube, which is going to be censored. So I will post that to the website, uncensored version.
I've blessed the fate. But it was not so.
What is this place?
A school of training, where men are forged into gods. Blood their ambrosia. The arena, their mountaintop.
Trigger warning?
Gladiators. Nothing will keep me from returning to your arms.
You have a woman.
I have a wife. She was taken from me.
What would you do to hold your wife again? Would you kill? How many men? 100? 1,000?
Very much in the style of 300.
In the arena. Continue on this path. Fight for me.
Dominus.
Yeah, excellent dialogue. Obviously very brutal fight scenes.
And standing victorious in the arena.
There is no glory. There's no choice. Only blood spilled for the pleasure of the Romans. I will see the house of Bariatus fall. Join me. Join me, brother. There is but one path. Or we shall see the house of Bariatus fall. We kill them all. Spartacus.
Kill them! Kill them all!
A man must accept his fate.
Now you are destroyed by it.
I have done this thing because it is just.
Age restricted.
Blood demands blood.
Lives are your own.
Blood demands blood.
Or join with us. And together, we shall see Rome tremble! We are all gods this night, and the Romans to feel our wrath! Mathematics and see victory ours!
I am a free man. On his knees.
The editor of this video was just like, you know what? Let's let it all hang out.
The men that took your wife from you, they are gone from this world. Their wives too.
I could not save my wife, nor Mira, nor many more close to heart you have not known. Yet I can fight to see a day when no innocent life is so easily disregarded. A day when the Romans and their cruelty are but a distant memory.
May you find peace in its arrival, brother.
We have fought for the choice to forge our own path.
Absolutely.
We'll no longer stand
Absolutely.
in the way of yours.
At the break of dawn, then, we shall at last part ways.
I did enjoy Crixus. What a great character. The back and forth between, is he going to be loyal, is he not?
Free. There is no justice. Not in this world.
A thing we agree upon.
I will kill you.
With each passing sun, hundreds of slaves break bond to join our cause.
How many Romans have we seen to the afterlife?
The Republic quakes at the name of Spartacus and his army of slaves.
All those who are able will make final stand against Rome. And this I promise you. Part ways. We will live free.
And live free.
Or join our brothers in death.
Yes. What a great show. Definitely a certain audience would enjoy this. I love that they keep a lot of historical factors. It's just like, yeah, right.
Forge our own path, and that those that seek to place heel upon the throat of liberty will fall to the cry of freedom! No time for the guns! Spartacus! Press
Oof.
Give me a sword. One day, Rome shall fade and crumble.
True.
Yet you shall always be remembered in the hearts of all who yearn for freedom.
Freedom. Gosh. Beautiful edit. Excellent edit. Link down below in the YouTube description for the original video. Go throw it some love. What a fascinating show. It is high octane. There's a lot of down parts in the beginning because obviously you're working through the characters. You're trying to figure out the story. He starts off as a slave, gladiator. So it's pretty slow in the beginning, but boy, does it pick up. It picks up so fast. Season 2, Season 3 specifically, it gets absolutely crazy. As you can tell, very 300-like stylized violence, blood, all that stuff, like the splatter, and it like looks like comic book, actually. Just really well done. Really well done. It was on Stars, the US channel, which means it has a ton of gratuitous adult fun time scenes. There's a lot of nudity. It's just part of the premium cable here in the US that you're going to see a lot of that. And frankly, you know, some of it is probably pretty accurate. Certainly the group activities is what we'll say. But Yeah, it does get a little gratuitous in that way, but it is just fascinating. It is one of those shows that kind of sucks you in. So if you're into it in the first couple episodes, you'll just start thinking about it 24/7. You're into it. You'll just watch as many as you can in a day. Like, it is one of those where you just get so into it. Very much kind of like Game of Thrones, where if it hooks you, it hooks you. First season is especially stylized. There was a prequel series that let Andy get treatment. He had his relapse and gave blessings for Liam to do 2 and 3. Right, exactly. Yeah, that documentary was rough to watch, for sure. He just had a young family, and it was very sad. I was addicted, threatening to suck me back. Right. Yeah, I haven't seen anything from Spartacus in a while. And that was just that dopamine hit right into the veins. That was perfect. Oh, gosh, that might get me back into it, unfortunately. But, actually not unfortunately. It is a great show. If you haven't seen it or checked it out, at least give it a couple episodes. See if you enjoy the style or the content, the atmosphere, the tone. See if you can handle it. And if you can handle it, well, good luck, because you're going to be watching it a lot. Just tell your family, your loved ones, your friends that you'll see them in a week or two. There's a new series coming. I gave you a link about the announcement. Oh, gosh. So it started in 2010, concluded in 2013, was inspired by the historical figure Spartacus, a Thracian gladiator who from 73 to 71 BC led a major slave uprising against the Roman Republic, departing from Capua. Executive producers DeKnight and Tappert focused on structuring the events of Spartacus's obscure early life, leading up to the beginning of the historical records. After Spartacus Blood and Sand, production for another season was delayed because lead actor, as I said before, Andy Whitfield, was diagnosed with early-stage non-Hodgkin lymphoma, so Starz produced a 6-episode prequel miniseries entitled Spartacus, Gods of the Arena, which I thought was really smart. I mean, they must have had a lot of respect for him, obviously, to put money into a different series, a prequel, basically, just to kind of give that time gap for him to then return as Spartacus. When the actor's cancer recurred and he later succumbed to the disease on September 11th, 2011, Starz actor Liam McIntyre took on the role in the second season titled Spartacus Vengeance. June 2012, Starz announced the third and final season, War of the Damned, which was so good. That final war, that is so good. If you're into the show at all, you'll just absolutely love it. It is fantastic conclusion. Sequel series called Spartacus House of Asher is in development at Starz, with DeKnight returning to write for the show. That's awesome. Very cool. Yeah, so you get to see basically his family life and how it was kind of nice, and then he just gets plucked, wife killed, etc. It is just fantastic. Oh my gosh. See what's in here. The premiere episode of the series set a record for Starz, with 553,000 viewers on their network and another 460,000 on Encore, where the show is available only that weekend. For the rest of the season, the show had an average of 1.2 million viewers. Boy, it went up. Word of mouth was spreading. Critical reception of the first episode was mixed. The review aggregate website Metacritic, which assigns a normalized average score out of 100, gave the show a score of 54% on 22 reviews. Ken Tucker of Entertainment Weekly gave it a B+, saying it might prove to be the not at all guilty pleasure of the season. Barry Guerin of Hollywood Reporter suggested that with such thin stories, it's small wonder that adult fun time and violence are used to take up the slack. Somebody wrote, Vadiatis keeps the show grounded with a persuasive portrait of a man engaged in a stressful daily business. Gave the season finale a positive review, rating it a B+. He commented on the improvement of the series throughout the first season. I did think it got better I don't think the fun time and violence was at all a crutch. I don't think that's the case. I do think it was just added in just to like add to the numbers, of course. But you know, that was also part of life as well. Maybe they got a little stylized with the violence, but I kind of liked it. I liked it. It reminded me of 300, which was such a good movie. And you know, it's hard not to be brutal when you're showing a sword go through somebody's neck or, you know, cutting into somebody's arm. There's going to be some splatter, right? Not going to just drip. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That is a good way to put it. Yeah, it is brutal. It is so brutal. Nominated for a few awards. Lucy Lawless was in it too, by the way. Great actress. Lucy won Best Supporting Actress on Television. That's awesome. Best DVD Blu-ray TV Series. Interesting. Yeah, it was nominated for a ton of different awards here. Favorite Premium Cable TV Show at the People's Choice Awards. Screen Actor Guild Awards. Wow. Stunt Ensemble. Lucy Lawless is fabulous in everything she touches. Indeed. Indeed. Xena has a lot of power. Lucy Lawless was great in Ash vs. Evil Dead as well on Stars. On February 9th, 2023, Stars announced that they are... Actually, don't we have the article here? Let me just pull that up. Yeah. Spartacus sequel is a go. Nick Terabay will reprise his role as Asher in the project, with series creator DeKnight also returning. This was in 2023, late 2023. Stars is bringing one of its foundational original series along with one of its characters back to life. House of Asher, continuation of the franchise that last aired a new episode in 2013. That's literally 11 years ago. Wow. Time flies. The pickup comes 9 months after Stars announced it was developing a revival sequel, and a day after Actors Union, SAG, announced a tentative agreement with studios and streamers, ending a 4-month strike. A decade ago, the groundbreaking original Spartacus captivated viewers worldwide, and we're excited to deliver more enthralling, high-octane drama that our fervent fans have been anticipating. It is an honor to team up with Steven again as he expands upon the storytelling within this thrilling, action-packed universe. Oh gosh, does everything have to be a universe? That's that Marvel effect. The description of House of Asher reads as follows. The series poses the question, what if Asher hadn't died on Mount Vesuvius at the end of Spartacus' vengeance? What if he had been gifted the gladiator school once owned by Batiatus in return for aiding the Romans in killing Spartacus and putting an end to the slave rebellion? Interesting. To be afforded the opportunity to return a decade later to a series you loved is so rare. Such a rare, wonderful opportunity. I cannot be more excited to craft this next chapter in the Spartacus saga with Stars, Lionsgate, comparable Nick Terabay. Wow. Yeah, that's interesting. I bet it's going to be great. I bet it's going to be great. What's up, Slayer Kitty? Welcome back. Welcome back. Asher was responsible for all my eyes. Oh my gosh. Yes. Yeah, lots of scheming. I do remember that. Yeah. Kind of mixed feelings there. I didn't particularly like the character all that much, but maybe Asher will be a pretty good villain, I'm assuming, because of the manipulation and all that good stuff, scheming. Question is, what's going to happen? Spartacus is dead. Spoiler alert. He was a love to hate character before. Indeed. Ay. Well, that's cool. I like that. That's an interesting fact. I'm not exactly sure why they're bringing it back. Maybe because it was just so successful. They just think it's going to be bigger or something. Or maybe they're just really itching for a show that does anything. I don't know the last big Stars show. That's the problem. That's probably the problem. They're returning to success. They're returning to what was obviously successful. Everyone's just out of new ideas. Yeah, maybe. Spartacus is not for the faint of heart. That is a great way to put it. It is not for the faint of heart. As mentioned in the title of this piece, Spartacus aired on Starz, one of the 3 premium channels with HBO and StarTimes that have in part led to the recent surge in prestige TV, often accompanied by their own brand of more gritty, explicit visual storytelling. Pinnacle of this style, perhaps pinnacle might not be the right word. Where Game of Thrones or Black Sails use their violence. Oh, I love Black Sails. Oh my gosh. Use their violence and nudity for certain shock factors. Spartacus many times feels like the show is simply a vehicle for uber violence and graphic nudity. Graphic. That is a good way to put it. It is gratuitous to be shown on screen, not to mention the saturation of highly explicit swearing. Yes. That was one of my favorite parts of the show, is the fact that the swearing was so old school. Like, you're hearing like weird swear jargon that nobody has said in ever. It is just amazing. Lots of use of the C word, if you know what I mean. Just the craziest swearing you've ever heard. Sometimes it's just because they can. Yeah, exactly. Outlander, probably. I can remember some, but we'll reframe. Yeah, exactly. It is gratuitous. But I will say, every time they swore like that, I was just like, oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Let me write that down real fast. Let's bring that back. That was a good one. Yep, that was a good one. I like that. The action scenes are brutal, with approaching comical amounts of blood. Yes, it is pretty comical. And even tracking shots of arena crowds apparently needed to include women falling out of their clothes. Yes. There is nudity when you're not expecting it. Okay? Which, I don't know. I wasn't around back then. I have no idea if that happened a lot, but maybe it did. You can make it past the packaging. However, Spartacus offers students of Roman history a surprisingly rich visual tapestry of the years immediately preceding the fall of the Roman Republic. It spans 4 seasons. Tells the story of a Thracian who fights for the Roman auxiliary in northern Greece. After leading a mutiny against his self-serving commander, is enslaved and separated from his wife. After training in the city of Capua as a gladiator, experiencing many personal betrayals and tragedies. Lots of them. The newly christened Spartacus leads a bloody uprising that rampages across Italy before finally being crushed by the men who would ultimately become Rome's first triumvirate, Pompeius Magnus, Marcus Crassus, and Julius Caesar. Liberties, of course, are taken with what we know of this historical Spartacus, but it generally follows our sources accurately. The show's material, culture, and costuming are excellent, especially on its Roman soldiers, and details of Roman procedure and engineering are followed admirably. Even the dialogue is head and shoulders above other sword and sandals pieces. Care is taken to use Latin terms like ludus, school for gladiators, or toga virilis, the first toga a Roman man would ever wear, donned at his coming-of-age ceremony, and the syntax even eliminates many articles in a way that seems to imitate the Latin the characters would have historically spoken. Yeah, it is lovely. Some have criticized Game of Thrones and other similar shows for exploiting women and unnecessarily showing certain levels of SV, that's what we'll say, aggressive violence. I don't know how else to put that in YouTube-friendly terms, they would lose their minds over Spartacus, and with good reason. The level of grape depiction on screen, both coerced and violently perpetrated in this show, is shockingly high. Yeah, it was a lot. It had a lot of that, and it was usually pretty brutal to watch. Not to mention all that is implied to have occurred off-screen. Women of Spartacus exists only to add depth to the men or act as promiscuous villains, and almost every plot point of the first 3 seasons is a result of the man pain that results when a male character sees his love interest taken advantage of. As I watched, I decried this horrific exploitation, especially in a show that seems to be intended for fist-pumping young men, not unlike the crowds in a gladiatorial arena. Yet without detracting from the validity of these reservations, I couldn't help but wonder if these elements were necessary to show this period in a manner approaching more complete historical accuracy. The story of Spartacus is a story that must necessarily deal with the horrors of the ancient slavery, compounded by the realities of an intensely patriarchal system that became more misogynistic the lower in society an individual was. If Stars had told this story without this brutality, would it simply be portraying a romanticized version of the past, feeding into the myths that the ancient, especially Roman slavery, was somehow much better than modern slavery, that Rome was some kind of enlightened near utopia? You know what? I do remember some of those scenes, and they were pretty hard to watch. Hey, what's up? What's up? One of those people who likes to go to the gym at night, so I usually miss them. Well, welcome in. Welcome in. Glad you caught it. This is definitely going to be a bit of a longer stream. We're doing 7 videos today, so strap in. The women and the men, Crixus and Nasser, were victims too. Yeah, it is. I'll say this: it has a lot of those scenes, unfortunately, but I think the show benefits from having that kind of reality put into it. Certainly, if you're, a survivor of that or whatnot, you might not like this show very much. It is quite real and brutal to watch, just from what I'm expecting. But I think overall it does add to the depth of the show. Certainly not everything is glorified and made to be, oh wow, this is cool that this is included. It's not like that tone. It's very dark. They make it dark on purpose. So it's not a celebratory moment. It's very much a, oh, this is happening. I don't like it, but I guess this happened. So yeah, it's one of those necessary evils, I think, to portray this kind of show topic. What made the violence Spartacus and the others deal out feel just? You see why the Romans deserve the violence that comes in? Yeah, exactly. It kind of paints the full picture. The injustice and the trauma, and that's why the slaves decided to take up arms. Yes. And yeah, could it have been less? Maybe. Just include 1 or 2 of those scenes, but boy, it really, by the end of the show, you are happy to see Roman emperor soldiers get taken down. Like, you are super happy about it. So maybe it really worked. It did what it was supposed to do. But yeah, it is brutal. It is not for the faint of heart. That first sentence up here, Spartacus is not for the faint of heart, that is true. So if you are not really into seeing historically accurate or semi-accurate or levels of brutality that usually are not included in a lot of entertainment, don't watch it. But if you're into that kind of thing and you like seeing a bit of, reality, definitely check it out. It is a great show. Better die free than live enslaved. Indeed. What would you do for freedom? It almost asks that question of the viewer. Let's go ahead and move on. That was such a good show. Such a good show. To VAMP, the series official pilot. This is one with closed captioning, so let's go ahead and switch this. All right. I hope I have this correct. We'll see.
สวัสดีครับนี่ก็ศพที่4ของเดือนแล้วนะครับ
Oh, it would help if I...
สภาพศพแบบนี้ต้องเป็นฝีมือพวกมันแน่นอนพวกเรา
เคยมองไปรอบๆตัวแล้วเกิดคำถามไหมว่าคนที่เราคิดว่าเรารู้จักดีอาจจะไม่ได้เป็นอย่างที่เราคิดก็ได้
All right, let's start it over. I have not been paying attention.
เพื่อน
สวัสดีครับนี่ก็ศพที่4ของเดือนแล้วนะครับสภาพศพแบบนี้ต้องเป็นฝีมือพวกมันแน่นอนพวกเรา
เคยมองไปรอบๆตัวแล้วเกิดคำถามไหมว่าคนที่เราคิดว่าเรารู้จักดีอาจจะไม่ได้เป็นอย่างที่เราคิดก็ได้ครอบครัวเพื่อนหรือแม้แต่คนรัก Yes I'm not who you think I am
Tonight we drink for our sins. We drink for our kind. Let us celebrate immortality. For the Crimson Alliance!
ในโลกนี้ผู้ที่แข็งแกร่งมักจะถูกเรียกว่านักล่าส่วนผู้ที่อ่อนแอก็เป็นได้แค่เหยื่อแต่จะเกิดอะไรขึ้นถ้าเหยื่อจนตรอกลุกขึ้นสู้และผู้ล่ากำลังจะกลายเป็นผู้ที่ถูกล่า
Oh, whoa. Okay. Hunters are becoming prey?
รู้ว่าวิธีฆ่าแวมไพร์ที่เจ็บปวดที่สุดคืออะไร
Feed them with love and then take it away.
All right, let's stat. See you, Louis. Very much like a Dorian Gray situation, too. Mike and Jeff covered in blood. Such. Ooh. Dang. Dang. Link down below in the YouTube description for the original video. Go throw it some love. That looks interesting. That looks very interesting. The main cast, nearly all, have excellent English. I seem to remember one is American born. Need to check. That's it for the international appeal. Interesting. Interesting. That looks good. The hunters become prey. Interesting take. I like it. I like it. Let's go ahead and bring up some information. I got to readjust this window. We can actually see it. There we go. Little live editing on the fly. Excuse my construction. Becky, probably. Luke Plowden is American Japanese from DC. Nice. Oh, it would help if I switched it over. Yikes. I probably shouldn't be switching between different browsers, but there you go. Upcoming Thai drama VAMP, the series official poster and cast revealed. Becky still struggles with her tie. Thai actor Mike Angelo's highly anticipated project, VAMP the Series, has finally lifted the curtain on its official poster. It is the first original series produced by the actor. Mike is joined by the Gap series star Rebecca Patricia Armstrong. Furthermore, the famous Thai singer and actor Jeff Satter has also joined the upcoming series. Earlier this year, Mike and Jeff appeared as mentors on the Idol survival show. Not even going to try it. Previously, Mike penned in a heartfelt Instagram post that he had been trying to kickstart this project for many years. And now VAMP the Series is finally coming to life. Well, it looks good. It looks really good. Mike added that he was happy that he had never given up and waited for the right time for the project to fall into place. If there's one thing I've learned from Hollywood, and especially Sylvester Stallone, I don't know if you know the story, but he shopped the Rocky story for years. Nobody was interested. Nobody wanted it. They wanted other people to play Rocky. He was pretty hesitant on that. He wanted to play the main character until somebody finally gave him a chance to do it. And sure enough, the thing won an Oscar. So, it could be one of those things where, you just don't give up. You keep trying, keep pushing. If you believe in it, you go full force. Can't be let down that way. Cannot be let down that way. Can't look back on it and go, well, I gave up on that a little too fast. It's pretty amazing that Mike had that success and now it's coming to fruition. Very cool. It just takes the right person. Right timing, everything. Yes, timing is everything indeed, Jace. He thanked himself for still fighting despite multiple roadblocks along the way. Yeah, absolutely. Pat yourself on the back for not giving up. Yeah, that is a great poster. Excellent poster, actually. Welcome to the world of vampires. VAMP the Series unveils the star-studded cast. Aside from Mike, Becky, and Jeff, star-studded cast of VAMP includes actors Luke, First, and Nink. Luke is popular for his works in the Thai series Oh My Boss, My Dear Donovan, and The Three Gentle Bros, among others. Meanwhile, First starred in Remember Me, Be Mine Superstar, and more. Furthermore, Nink is known for his role in The Deadline on Netflix's The Stranded. They took to comments to gush over the stunning lineup of talented actors. Furthermore, VAMP the Series will announce an event on Wednesday, June 12th, 2024. Happy Ending the Series was also unveiled earlier this month. Yeah, that's awesome. That is great. Interesting how many BL and GL actors Mike has gathered. Yeah, it's like an Avengers, if you will. Pretty cool. That is very cool. Good on him for keeping with it and not giving up. That's huge. That is huge. Mike, known professionally as Mike Angelo, Thai Chinese actor and singer, known for being part of the Thai musical duo Golf and Mike, member of the duo along with his brother, 2005 to 2010. Made his acting debut in 2008. Born the same year as Taylor Swift. Little side note there. Mike is a son. Been in a bunch of films. Looks like pretty consistent work, which is good. Especially if you're, a young actor. Getting consistent work is difficult. But it seems like, switching between films and television series throughout pretty much since 2008. Things seem to be picking up too. 2002, and then 2 in 2025. Oh yeah, then you got television shows right in between those years. So it looks like things have really been picking up for Mike. Thai studios usually keep their actors for their own stuff. The fact that they are loaning out rising stars like Becky suggests they really think this will boost or boast fame popularity that the studios can use. Yeah, I bet so. Becky is super popular right now. Well, that is good timing. That is really good timing, actually. Good grief. For a dash of context, a few weeks ago you reacted to Jeff Satter's Happy Ending. Yes, the detective role of that show is played by Mike. Jeff and Mike have been serving as mentors on a reality singing show. Both are singers and actors. At some point, as they became friends, they shared their dream plans of producing their own shows. Eventually, it became what Jeff and Mike have jokingly called an actor exchange program between the two of them. That's funny. That's very funny. I mean, you see a lot of that stuff with directors and actors usually. Obviously, with Nicholas Chavez going on right now with Ryan Murphy. Obviously, with Leo DiCaprio and Martin Scorsese. It just seems like certain actors and directors usually have that kind of chemistry. If they really enjoy the talent, they kind of stick to them. Yeah, his son just turned 10. The VAMP cast were all at a party for him. Funny mix of people. That is a funny mix of people. Can you imagine going into school the next day and being like, hey, you'll never guess who was at my birthday party? That's amazing. That is amazing. You would have so much bragging rights. It'd be unbelievable. Oh my gosh. Ay, ay, ay. Jace, if you have anything you want to say about this that wasn't mentioned, certainly let me know. Christopher Nolan and Downey Jr., yeah. Or Christopher Nolan and Cillian Murphy as well. He's done 6 Christopher Nolan movies, which is just wild. Absolutely wild. Trying to think. I was going to say Quentin Tarantino and Samuel L. Jackson. It kind of seems like he's been in a couple Quentin Tarantino films. Yeah, it makes sense, right? Especially if you hitch your wagon to a really good star, really good actor. Makes sense to go back to that well, try to create the same success. I've seen speculation that Becky's casting is to tap into the Chinese market as she's been exploding there. You know what? Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, when you're running, because at the end of the day, let's be honest, it is a business. So they're trying to sell as many tickets or get as many viewers as they possibly can. So it makes sense that they would kind of strategize throwing in Chinese actors or singers and maybe a few Americans in there, you know, just kind of just sprinkle them in to try to hit those other markets. It makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. More eyeballs, the better. That is a universal fact. Let's see here. Looks like she plays Mike's love interest. There's thought that with all the BL boys, they'll either be homoerotic hinted, but not explicit stuff to avoid Chinese censors. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Or a side plot that can be edited around. Yeah. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense, honestly. I'm now on to Reddit speculation, though. Right. It does make sense, though, to try to play around those censors a little bit. Kind of like we've seen in other shows. The Untamed and whatnot. Just trying to skirt that line. Because if it gets banned in China, you're kind of sunk, honestly, with international audience. I think I remember hearing when they did The First Man with Ryan Gosling about, obviously, Neil Armstrong, character study, or character biopic or whatever, biopic. they leaned away from having the U.S. flag in it, so it could be shown in China and whatnot. So they kind of took a different turn there to turn it away from, like, you know, because obviously you have a lot of national pride when you see a flag on a rocket or whatever, or on the suit and whatnot. So they kind of removed a lot of that as to open it to the other markets, which honestly, obviously it's smart, but obviously as an American, I'm like, come on now. Where's that flag? I want to see it. But it is smart on their part. The trailer is to get investment and production investment. Oh, right. Oh, right. Yeah, all the shows in the writing phase now. Good. Wow. They made it seem like such a finished, polished product. That was an incredible trailer. And sponsors. Yes, sponsors. I forgot about that. Let's go ahead and hop into the last video of the day. It's shocking. That's actually surprising. Let's go ahead and jump into the last video of the day. Behind the scenes, episode 5 through 6 of Lovely Runner. I cannot pronounce their names. There's no way I can do it. I can say Kim. I'm not exactly sure how the other one's pronounced. Yeah. Beyond? Bion? Maybe? I'm not sure. The trailer and happy ending were so high quality. People were like, what will the full thing be? Yeah, exactly. That was incredibly high quality. Beautiful. Obviously, they spent a lot of time on that, the editing and whatnot. Thai media production is wild. Yeah. Yeah, I took note of that when I was watching Bad Buddy and just noticing all the sponsorship, like, incorporated into it. And the title sequences. It was almost like, I compared it to NASCAR. I don't know if you've ever seen that before. It's like a U.S. like racing thing where they just plaster the cars and the drivers in sponsors. like if the car is covered in advertising, and then when they get out, their suit, their fire retardant suit, is covered in advertising. They just have big old Tide or Coca-Cola just strapped on. And it's like sponsor, like all the way down the arms. Like, it is just unbelievable. Sometimes I cringe at placements. I do prefer the more subtle. Yes, I do too. Because it does suspend disbelief when you see, like, why is that sponsor there? Right? Jeans? Why are jeans in this? There's one out right now that has 13 sponsors. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Like, every room they go into, there's a different sponsored product. Funny how those racing suits are covered in ads for Pit Babe. Oh, wow. That's funny. That is funny. Grief. Yeah. Yeah, it's true. Very true. They should have done that. Indeed. Can you imagine a Pit Babe just right across the hood of a car? Maybe for season 2. Yeah, maybe. All right, I think... Oh, this one is... Oh, okay. It's a video. Video I already have up. Okay. Need to give the writers some tips. Indeed. Indeed you do. One thing I will say, I think I've said it before. Sometimes if it's a show I really enjoy, I try to stay away from BTS. Or not BTS, but behind the scenes. The shorthand of it. I try to stay away from behind the scenes footage just because I don't want that illusion broken. Like, if I was watching a bunch of Game of Thrones behind the scenes, I would not like that at all. Like, it is the show, and that's where I disconnect. There's no reality to it. You know, there was no actors having sandwiches and drinking Starbucks. Like, none of that. I want it specifically... Thanks for confirming. Yeah, exactly. I said BTS, and I'm like, wait a minute, I can't say that anymore. Because I know about BTS now. But, yeah, something about seeing them in their costumes and that they're acting in, it's just, no. I can't do it. John Witherspoon, when he was filming Friday, he had a bag of grapes on him. And in the scene, he's supposed to be eating a grape and like chewing loudly, so you hear his lips smacking, and then talking through his lines. But they had to do it so much, and then he started eating the grapes like in between scenes that they had to get another bag of grapes. Like he ate through the whole bag. An entire like 3-pound bag of grapes. Bike. How many people are riding bikes when they're 40 years old? It's just such an interesting thing that we all learn for some reason. Like, learn how to ride a bike and you'll never forget. It's just like, well, I'm probably not going to ride a bike when I'm 50. You know, it's one of those things. I don't think I've ridden a bike in a long time. I don't own a bike. I've ridden a stationary bike before, but you're not going to fall over on a stationary bike. It just seems like a very odd thing that we teach. A hill, which was a very steep hill, and there was a tree, a bunch of trees down at the bottom, so you had to turn left or right to go around them. I was going so fast, and the brake wasn't quite strong enough that I just couldn't avoid them. So I just literally went down, and I really gripped the brake, and I ended up going over the handlebars into the trees. Like, it was brutal. Boy, oh boy. Below in the YouTube description for the original video, go throw it some much-deserved love. Wow. Yeah, I like the fact that they were showing direction being given. You usually don't see that. That's not something I've usually seen. But it was really cool. I liked it. Seeing actors have to be given, you know, all right, so here's the line. Here's what you should be thinking about. Here's how you should be acting, etc. All the things you should be considering while you're saying these lines. You shouldn't be crying into a megaphone. Why are you crying? Stop crying. Yeah, that's pretty amazing. Beautiful. Obviously a lot of interpretation by the editor, but I don't know. I think you can tell a lot from people's non-verbals. Let's go ahead and bring up some quick information. Boom. I don't know how to say the name. I really don't. Beyond, maybe? Fever reaches an all-time high as bank server crash when fans try to sign up for Lovely Runner Star's photo cards. Oh, this just happened. Popular Star fans have caused a bank server crash as they tried to sign up for Lovely Runner's Star photo cards. What? That's that's wild. Usually you hear of like websites crashing or whatever, because the website maybe can't handle it, the server, but apparently the website could handle it, not the bank. This headline was wild, had to share Indeed. Popularity led to a bank server crashing. Good grief. The bank, in collaboration with the Star, was giving out photo cards of the actor. Fans of the popular Star caused a bank server crash while attempting to sign up for his photo cards from the hit K-drama Lovely Runner. The actor has been in the spotlight since the drama's success, with his kind-hearted and down-to-earth personality endearing him to fans worldwide. When fans discovered that they could receive, free photo cards of the Star, oh boy, by signing up for a bank account. Oh, they weren't expecting that many bank accounts to be signed up for. Wonder how much fraud occurred during those. Overwhelming demand led to a rush of people attempting to access the website, causing it to crash. Okay, so it was a crash of the website server. Good grief. Yeah, if you're giving away free photo cards of a big star, what do you... I mean, you should be expecting it, right? NH Travel event offering a photo card to customers who sign up for NH Travel check card. They have emphasized that the first 10,000 customers, first-time customers to sign up will receive 2 photo cards. That is a lot of bank accounts. That is a ton of bank accounts. On closer inspection of the terms, the photo cards would only be issued to first-time customers who signed up for the card via mail. Customers who signed up in person at a bank locations were informed that the photo cards were not available in stock for them. Was selected as the new face of NH Bank following his popularity from Lovely Runner. As soon as the event opened at 9 a.m., fans queued up eagerly, hoping for a chance to secure the photo cards. Due to such an overwhelming response and rush of fans, the bank servers ultimately crashed. As the server began to crash, fans rushed to their nearest bank locations to sign up and ensure they could receive the card by mail. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That is unbelievable. That's dedication. If you're willing to go to a bank to sign up for an account just to get a photo card. I'm assuming they had some conditions on it. Like you had to have your bank account open for 90 days, or you had to put some money into it. Like I doubt they were just like, all right, sign up today. You can get rid of it tomorrow and we'll send you the cards. I'm assuming they had a little bit more stipulation to it. Apparently he's gotten so many fans so fast he needs security and stuff to go out and about. Oh my gosh. There's a big drama at the airport recently, but that story wouldn't load for me. Good for him. You know, that's amazing. Becoming an overnight superstar. But wow. Surprising that bank didn't see that coming, you know? But they're not used to that amount of traffic. No chance. No chance. Of course, they have, you know, server space for however many accounts they have or, you know, owners of the accounts. But if you're doing a giveaway to 10,000, you should probably make sure you're ready for 100,000. Yeah, that's so funny. But yeah, there has to be other stipulations. There's no way there was not more stipulations. Let me see if I can find up. See if I can find up more information on this. Hold on. Be kind of interesting. Oh, this is the advertisement for it. (7/18 to 9/2022). Airport security controversy. Announced an NH travel event where customers who signed up for a check card would receive a photo card. First 10,000 first time. Looking at the fine print, the photo cards would only be issued to first-time customers who signed up for the card by mail. Oh. Photo cards would not be issued to those that signed up for the card in person at bank location. That's amazing that they ran to the bank. Fans were stuck in a queue as soon as the event opened and hoped they would have a chance for the photo cards. After the server started to crash, fans went to their nearest location. Server crashed. My heart was crashing too. So I just went to the bank. Warning, you cannot receive the card immediately. You must request to receive it in the mail. My heart was crashing. That's amazing. So can I get the photo cards if I sign up for the card at the bank and ask for it to be mailed? Yes, thank you. Was it worth the hassle for 2 photo cards? Team gets criticized for over-the-top security. I was recently spotted at an airport. Came to the airport to go on a trip with my parents. What are the chances? He comes in and sits at the lounge. Oh, the security guard pointed his flashlight at the guy with the camera. Oh, okay. That's kind of smart, honestly. That's actually really smart. That's a bright That is a super bright flashlight. Shining flashes is a common method used by security guards to prevent people from filming. However, due to the danger of direct line in one's eye, this method is mostly used outdoors. At a prestige lounge. Oh yeah, it was probably a yeah. Look at the rope. The rope. Are celebrities really so effing special? Can't believe things are at a stage where ordinary people get flashlights shown at them at the prestige lounge. Well, I mean, oh boy, that is a good way to deter paparazzi, for sure. I don't know. I'm thinking if you're a celebrity and you go into a public place, just assume you're going to get recorded or taken a photo of or whatever. Honestly, anybody could. It's a public place, totally fair. Is it awful? Yeah, for sure. I don't know if I'd like that if I was being recorded every second that I left the house. But yeah, I mean, you got to come to expect that with a certain level of fame, and certainly it seems like he has reached a certain level of fame. Korean fans can be downright scary when following their fans. Well, yeah. It just depends on, if you keep your distance. If you keep your distance and just take a photo of somebody, I don't think that's bad per se. If you're shouting things at them and like yelling at them, that gets a little weird. That gets a little odd. Maybe just take a photo and just be like, hey, guess who I saw? Like that seems fine to me. It's still a little weird though. Why is the guard acting up? If it's the airport lounge, wouldn't everyone there be normal people? Why are they doing that to normal people? Why did he suddenly shine the flashlight at them? Are they allowed to do that to ordinary people just because they are guarding celebrities? It'd be bad for a kid's eyes. Are they doing that in the lounge? I mean, a lot of people are saying ordinary people. That seems to be a popular phrase here. Normal, ordinary. I ran into a music group at the airport and snuck some pics in of them. However, I did not post them. Well, there you go. Honestly, it's probably just cool just to show people that you know. Like, hey, guess what I saw? Isn't that crazy? I'm surprised it was only flashlights. Like, out of hand security had me thinking other behaviors and way more stuff. Yeah, exactly. I was assuming they were getting into, like, fights. Like, dragging people off or something. I was not in their faces or anything like that. Yeah. I was walking out of the bathroom and Tom Papa, the comedian, was walking into the bathroom. Not like right into the door, but like right past it. And it just immediately hit me like, is that Tom Papa? I didn't say anything to him because I didn't want to make that weird interaction because I'm just leaving the bathroom. He's going into it. But clearly he is thinking about going to the bathroom. So that's probably not the best time to talk to somebody. or even be like, hey, love your stuff. Like, you're on a mission when you're going to the bathroom. So I was like, all right, I'm not saying anything. But I didn't take a picture or anything. It was just a momentary moment thing where I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Is that... My girlfriend ran into All Blacks. He never stopped talking about it. Has never stopped talking about it. That's funny. That is funny. Yeah. Sometimes, I know people in Los Angeles are very numb to seeing celebrities, or maybe downtown New York, Manhattan. But for the rest of us, it's odd. It is an experience that you remember. You're just like, wait, this one time. But yeah, if you live in Los Angeles or something, you're probably pretty used to seeing people. But for the rest of us, those are fond memories. Fond memories. And if you get photo evidence, that's cool. But yeah, as long as you're not... This is a little ridiculous. You are in a public place. You are going to be seen. As long as they're not yelling at you or walking up to you and like putting it in your face, you should be okay. That's a little crazy level of security there. If I was him, I probably would have told my security to knock it off. Like, don't ever do that. Because photos are photos. But, yeah, if somebody was running up to him and, like, trying to hug him, like, then start to act. But if it's just somebody, like, taking a photo of you or even a short video, who cares? Google said he fired that security member. Good. Good. Yes, as he should. That was, that's a ridiculous reaction. Like, that is too much. Way too much. Yeah, that's wild. Oh my gosh. It was the whole group home free. We were all on the same flight. That's amazing. That's pretty cool. I don't think I've ever seen anyone famous on a flight. I don't think I have. Very adorable couple. Or couple. Very adorable couple of actors. I'm just shipping them immediately. Very adorable couple. Just love them. Yeah, that was excellent. Obviously, a lot of interesting liberties with what was happening in the subtitles, but it is what it is. I thought it was very cool. Certainly, they have good chemistry. Obviously, that's usually how things work over there. They have good chemistry. They're in like multiple projects together. Yeah, just incredible. But yeah, that level of security was a little much. I'm glad he got fired. Maybe, you know what? There's different levels of paparazzi. Certainly, if that happened in Los Angeles, I don't think he would have gotten fired. Maybe like a talking to or something, or like, hey, don't do that or something. I don't know if he would have gotten fired. Talked to quite a few on the... Really? That's awesome. That is really cool. All right, everybody. It has been amazing. It has been seven videos. I do have to edit the Spartacus out, unfortunately, because the original video on YouTube was age restricted, and I don't want this whole thing to be age restricted. So I will be editing that out. The full unedited will be on toddreacts.com. Thanks for joining, everybody, on Twitch. Be sure you're followed. We are, oh, there it is, very close to 100 follows, as you see. I don't know what's going to happen when we reach it, so hopefully that happens while I'm live. I don't know if it's going to be very lackluster or whatever, who knows. But, or maybe it'll be like an explosion down in the corner. I have no idea. It's 4 a.m. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's late here and I have not had dinner, so I'm going to go eat. But thanks for joining. I appreciate it. Be sure to check out the website. Join if you would like to request your own videos. You literally get to request what is going to be on here, which is super cool. So join the season or series tiers. Check out the summer collection of merch available right now. Lots of great options. I'm sure you'll find something. It ships worldwide. Website members save 15% on every order. It's just automatically applied. If you sub to the Twitch channel, you actually get 3 months of Apple TV for free. That is a new thing that Twitch emailed me about. I had no idea. If you sub to the Twitch channel, you get 3 months of Apple TV Plus, I think it's called, for free, which is sweet. Watch Ted Lasso and all that good stuff. Join the Discord. There's 117 members currently. Like to get it to, I don't know, 1,000. That'd be super cool. That is the first and main point of contact for me with you all. If streams are going to be canceled, upload timing, etc. You'll know firsthand from me, from there. And it's a lot of great people in there. It's a great community. I'm sure you've seen it in the comments on YouTube and certainly in the chat on the stream. So go ahead and join the Discord today. Add your 2 cents because we are open to it. We're excited about it. It's awesome. I love seeing people join and just exploding a new channel full of great topics and videos and memes and all that good stuff. It is awesome. It is so cool to see. Yeah, yeah, this has been a pleasure. It really has. Thanks so much for subscribing to the YouTube channel as well. Todd Reacts Plays. If you're into gaming content and you want to watch a live stream, it'll be live on Twitch as well, so you can kind of pick whichever one you want. And both chats actually do wind up on stream, so you can join whichever one you'd like to join. And yeah, I think that's about it. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week until Thursday. I will be back on Thursday live on Twitch, and it'll be uploaded after on YouTube as they all are. And yeah, hope you have a good one. Stay safe. Enjoy the rest of the week. I will see you on Thursday. Take care, as always. And bye-bye, everybody.